it doesn't seem to share very well when I'm walking. So I'd wanted to do, oh, look at the crow. I love the crows. Like, I just love seeing the crows in the early morning. So anyway, when I do lives walking, it just seems like sometimes the reception conks out. So I wanted to kind of go live last night. I was going to make something to eat, but I was like, I've been a busy bee. So I actually went to bed early. I was in bed by like 7:30, but I was just like lying in bed, and I tried to sleep, but I was like texting my sister and friends, and then I looked at TikTok, and then I looked at YouTube, and I sort of slept. But yeah, I just went to bed early because I felt tired, but I wasn't like super tired. But anyway, I've been kind of pushing myself hardcore per usual, like just push. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about my thoughts on living beyond the politics and why it's so crucial. So I'm not a fan of Trump, okay? But believe it or not, I'm not really a fan of Gavin Newsom either. And I think they're very similar in a way. I feel like Trump is a narcissist. I feel like Gavin Newsom is definitely a narcissist. But I thought that the interaction between Trump and Newsom was really interesting. And I wish we had somebody like Carter instead on both sides of the political divide. Somebody that was like a peacemaker, that actually had goodwill towards man. Where are these people? We don't have them anymore because Gavin Newsom has an ego too. Like the whole thing where he goes in to kiss Melania Trump on the cheek, and I'm like, well, I guess like Gavin Newsom and Melania Trump, they're kind of the same age, and there's like some weird sexual chemistry going on there, and they're both attractive people. But that's all I really see with Gavin Newsom is like he seems really interested in his appearance, and I feel like Trump is making a true unifier. That's just kind of my take on it, but I know everybody has a different take. So I'm at the point like you should vote, you should have your opinion, but you definitely need a life beyond politics because a lot of the things you see online, on television, it's all about personalities. And I know they're saying that now rage bait is this new phenomenon that pertains to the web or pertains to social media. But I actually think when you look a little bit deeper, all the politicians kind of have a rage baitness to them, right? So I honestly feel like in order to live my best life, I don't want to align with a political party. What happened in Mexico got mad and take everyone. Well, I don't know what you're talking about there, eventually. Are you Mexican? Did something happen in your country? Because if we're talking about undocumented workers who people like Trump and Newsom and all of them, all the bigwigs have hired under the table for years, and they have, it's a lot of hot air because there's some people in this country that just, they only like people in their political circle, and they make dispensations for people in their political circle, and I'm just not into that. Like, they'll kind of turn a blind eye towards people with connections being able to stay in the country, but somebody who might not be documented, who comes to this country to work on construction jobs, landscaping, or in this, the citrus industry or something like that. These people are not working jobs that average Americans would take because they're very low paying jobs. They usually don't have benefits. So I don't know if that's what you're talking about. Okay, well, Chris, if nobody cares, then why are you here? You have every right to go be anywhere you want. If nobody cares about what you're saying. So bye. So here's my point. I'm not going to buy into the hatred. I'm not going to buy into the narcissism, because the way I see it, Trump is playing a narcissistic game with us. but Newsom is too, to some degree. And I just yearn for people that have more humility as leaders. And I feel like that's something we're lacking right now. We need, you know who might be really good though? I kind of see who, I know some people might say she has an ego, but I feel like they're being unfair to women, is AOC. I feel like she might have what it takes to take on Trump. I don't know. Well, he can't run again anyway, but because we're still in the United States, he can only have 2 terms. But anyway, that's my whole take on this. But none of these politicians at the end of the day care about you. None of these politicians are concerned about you as a person. So I want to go simp on any of the politicians, really. So at the end of the day, you can have any view that you want of politics. You can love Trump, you can hate Trump, but I don't think it's healthy to fixate on Trump. But I'm following the news just to follow it, to see what's happening in the world right now. But here, well, that's not true, Jordan. A lot of people do, like people I know. You have to go to the breaking point and back for other people. So that might just be something that you're seeing or in your social circle, because I know a lot of people that push themselves to the brink for other people. People who are physicians and doctors, people who are there to save lives, teachers. I know a lot of people that care about other people. So I don't know. I feel like also too, you have to think about what is your echo chamber. Like if you're following a politician who has a cult of celebrity and is always talking about himself and building himself up and doesn't really... Oh, I know a lot of people, but we're blocking you, friend. Anyway, so I know a lot of people. I know a lot of really good people that do care about the world. And just because some people are not happy, I actually know people outside of YouTube. I'm a person in everyday life. That's what I thought was funny, is like some people that say, oh, you don't know a lot of people. No, I live everyday life just like everybody else. I see what people do every day. I interact with people who have integrity. Thank you. We've got to learn to not give politicians the cult of celebrity, not make our identity surrounding them. That's one thing. And then I'm thinking about the rage baiters. I'm thinking about the people who have these cults of celebrities following them. It's just because they're saying something to trigger people, to upset people. Because right now, if you try to uplift other people, if you try to be kind-hearted, for some reason people don't like that. They like the rage. Well, we're done with that. I'm done with that. And a lot of people are living beyond politics. And I think it's indicative of your emotional integrity if you can actually start caring about other people and not just caring about yourself. That is the way forward in 2025. You might not be seeing it like mirrored with some of our big time politicians right now, or celebrities right now, but there were people like that. Jimmy Carter was one. I think to some degree Barack Obama is one. There are people like that, but you have to select who you actually think is somebody that cares about other people. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to vote, but I'm not going, like, stop calling a politician your daddy. That's gross, guys. Like, the people doing that. Why are you doing that? I have concerns for anybody who even jokingly says that there's something lacking in their life. And, well, here's another example. Some people, like, I had cousins who said that they voted for Trump in 2016 because he was in a Home Alone movie. Like, there were some people that was the reason they voted for him. I'm like, it's really not a good reason. And not only did they vote for him, like their whole Facebook feed was all about him and everything he said. And then on the other side of the token, there's people that just hate him every day. No, you're fine. You can have any opinion you want. I think we need to read about current events to be aware of things that are happening in the world right now. Because I have some concerns that there are people right now that want to create unnecessary friction in our country. I have concerns about that, like some of the bills in Congress and things like that. I do have concerns about that. And yeah, so I'm following some of the things AOC is posting and Bernie Sanders. And yeah, maybe they're more on the liberal side, but I think right now those are the people I'm following, more independent liberals or people that are looking for unity, not people that are looking to like bash others, in my opinion. Anyway, thanks for watching.